Hey tea heads, this is Don from Mayleaf. In this video, young tea versus ancient tea, blind tasting. In this video, it's going to be a head-to-head battle of young PuErh tea versus the mighty ancient Gushu PuErh tea to see if we can pick a winner. If at any point in time you enjoy this video, then make sure you hit it with a like. And if you're not following us on all of our socials, then go click those buttons. It's always a privilege to have a new guest on the Mayleaf channel. And today I'm especially thrilled to introduce you to Sayaka. Say hello to everybody out there.
Hello everybody, this is Sayaka.
So Sayaka, first and foremost, is a tea lover, right?
Yes, I am.
So why don't you tell the people out there a little bit about how you got into tea, and then we'll get on with this battle.
Right. So I come from Japan, and when I was in high school, I started being a bit obsessed about matcha.
Okay.
So I went to, I belonged to a tea ceremony club, and then there I started
How
to
old were
make.
you?
It was 16, 15.
15, 16,
Yeah.
starting young. That's
Yeah,
good.
but it was all about, you know, snacking some sweets with tea and chatting with friends.
Right.
So the whole experience with
yeah.
tea. Yeah, but there I started like my passion about tea. And then I can't really drink coffee. So I always, you know, order tea, and then I was always disappointed by the quality of tea at the cafes.
Right,
out
okay.
there. So that's why.
Is that in Japan or is it?
Everywhere. I traveled around the world and everywhere.
It must have good taste if you're picky about tea. So, and then you came to London, and now Sayaka is part of the team at Mayleaf.
Yes.
So, if you come down to the Mayleaf Tea House, you may see her, and you are welcome to say hello.
See ya.
And all of you who are out there, please welcome her to the channel so she comes back for more, right? Welcome her to the channel. Say hello in the comments section below. Say hello to Sayaka, and you know, hopefully we'll get her in for more videos if this doesn't scare her off. And today it's a little bit of a scary one.
Yes,
because I'm bringing you straight in to a blind tasting. So we don't no airs and graces. We're not going to be gentle with you, straight into a blind tasting.
All right,
We're going to put you on the spot and put myself on the spot to see if we can pick a winner between young PuErh tea, also known as Xiao Shu, and the mighty, famed, and probably one of the most expensive teas in the world in terms of a category, Gushu PuErh tea. For those of you who don't know what Gushu PuErh tea is, you are in luck, because we just did a video 2 weeks ago. You can go check that out. That describes everything about Gushu PuErh, and you can follow us on our journeys in China to see these ancient tea trees. But a quick recap, Gushu tea trees are over 200 years old, there or thereabouts. And so these are ancient tea trees. And in general, most people feel in the PuErh world that tea trees that come from ancient tea trees have a tendency to be better quality. Of course, you can get poor quality Gushus, you can get great quality young teas. But in order to even it out, what we've done here is from the same farmer, from the same mountain, Nanwo, we've managed to get some young Xiao Shu. The Xiao Shu is around 50-year-old, so 50-year-old tea trees. So not like, they're not babies.
Yeah.
But you know, they're still young in the world of tea. And we've got some Gushu, which is probably going to be on the lower end of spectrum of Gushu, probably 200 to 300 years old. Okay. And Celine has measured out 5 grams of Gushu and 5 grams of Xiaoshu in these, and labeled A and B, and inside here she's written which one is which. Right. So we don't know which one's which, right?
No.
You have no idea.
No idea.
Right. So we're going to take a look at the dry leaves, and then we're going to do a relatively quick tasting to see if we can figure out the differences.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
I am now going to put these two away because we don't want them to get wet, and I don't want to be able to see the back of them. So these are going into a Mayleaf envelope. So we're going to put that away. And let's quickly take a look at these leaves. So we're going to take a look at this one here first. So this is A. And, well, actually, do you think you can hold both of them? Just make sure you don't mix them up. A and B. Okay. Sure. So.
Right here?
Yeah, perfect. So, Sayaka, do you notice any differences?
I mean, the bee has got more green colors, I would say.
Yeah?
Yeah. But the shapes are quite similar.
So a common misconception, okay, that's fine, thank you. So a common misconception with Gushu is that Gushu is always going to have larger leaves, right? You can see that the leaf actually is around the same size. Differences that I can see is, definitely slightly lighter, a bit more green on the on this one, B, and more buds. I can see more buds, but that is not necessarily. Just because it's more buds doesn't mean it's going to be young or Gushu, but it's a different style picking. However, also the buds look slightly thicker. If you look at these buds here, they look slightly thinner, and these buds look slightly thicker, right? So, interesting to note, we're not going to jump to conclusions, yeah? Now, I've got some stickers here, A and B, written on here. Oops, that's not that. Okay, so then I'm going to stick A on here, and I'm going to throw A inside here, right? And we'll do the same here.
For B.
For B. Okay.
All right.
Now, this is the time that you close your eyes, right? And I am going to just mix these around.
Sure.
Okay. Because we want to try not to influence the visuals. Okay, now you open your eyes, and I'm going to close my eyes, and you move them around. So now we are genuinely blind.
Yes.
We may recognize the leaves, but we're not going to try now to not look too much at the leaves, okay? So let's give them a rinse, and then we're going to see if we can pick up a smell difference on the wet leaf. So if you could just give that a quick, you can pour it into this Gong Fu Cha, that'd be great. And then we'll try and keep things even. So this one is always on there, and the other one's there.
So I leave it here.
So leave it there.
Open it.
And we'll do the same here. Oops.
Oops.
I just realized, be careful when you flip it, because you might see the label. Yeah.
Oh, then I do this one.
So full disclosure, I saw that label. So now I'm still blind because I don't know which one's which, but less blind than I was before. But that could fool me a bit. Okay, so now we're going to try and keep these relatively, we're going to keep these in this position so we know which one's which. All right, go for it. Have a smell and see what you can smell. I'm going to pour this wash into Celine's bowl here. Hopefully the capacity.
It's like sauteed courgette.
Sauteed courgettes, okay. It's always nice to have a new person in front of the camera, giving their own flavor notes.
Mashed potato creaminess.
Mashed potato creaminess. Okay, let me have a sniff. Yeah,
delicious.
definitely got a creamy note to it. The vegetables there. I'm also getting a little bit of leather and a little bit of toffee.
Oh yeah, the leather, yeah.
You know, so I'm getting that aged leather and a little bit of toffee and creaminess, like you said.
Very creamy.
Okay, let's have a sniff of this one.
All right.
See what you think.
Wow.
Different?
Quite different.
Okay, so these are both from Nanwo. Nanwo is an amazing mountain region. Has incredible diversity of ecosystem. Check out the video that we did a couple of weeks ago. You can see Nanwo, and we fell in love with their teas. And thankfully, the farmer had some Xiaoshu and some Gushu from relatively the same area, which is why we've done this head-to-head with these teas.
Less creamy.
Less creamy.
I don't know, like seaweed salad. I don't know.
That's the Japanese in you. Yeah, and a little bit of a slight burnt note to it.
Yeah, kind of.
Isn't
less
it?
creamy.
Less creamy, a bit sharper, a bit more. I'm getting a little bit of freshness, but also I'm getting a little bit of. I don't want to say like it sounds bad, but a little bit of ashtray kind of.
I get it.
You know what I mean? It's like a bit ashy.
Yeah.
And that might wash out.
It's not. It's still so good.
Pleasant to smell.
Definitely.
I definitely think that this one smells
more
rounder, smoother, more interesting.
Yes,
but
definitely.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
No.
Don't jump to conclusions.
All right.
Right. So we're going to give these a taste. So So here we go. And we are going to be super accurate, not have a timer, and just kind of randomly count to 10 in our heads. Or about 15. Let's brew this quite strong. We're going to brew like a few infusions of this, and then we have to come up with our decision.
Yes.
Hopefully we agree.
I hope so.
Although it could be quite fun if we disagree. See who's right. So let's brew.
Wow, beautiful color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll brew them both up, and then
Right.
oh, that one's that one, and then we can compare color. I know for all of you out
the
there,
same strainer, yeah.
not totally accurate in time, but you know, if you do this at home, then you can be on the stopwatch. We've got lots to think about with cameras around us, but you know, we'll do something similar. You can time me. I bet I'm within 3 seconds. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look at the color difference.
Yes.
Maybe you can bring it to the camera again.
Can I just leave it here?
Yep.
Right.
So if you bring them to the camera. Again, what would you say, Sayaka?
This one is thicker.
Which
this
one?
This A.
A is
well,
thicker?
on the right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not call it A and B. So that one's
this one,
thicker to
yeah,
you?
yeah.
How are you assessing that?
No, it's yellow. Like the
It's
yellow
definitely
is stronger.
darker.
Yeah, darker.
And it has a cloudier consistency,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yes.
The
this
one-
is
the-
more like
yeah.
green, like a light green, but this is more like yellow.
Any preferences in color? Which one would you say you prefer?
This
This one?
darker color.
The darker color.
Yeah.
You want stronger tea.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, some cups. All right, which one do you want to try first? Lighter or darker?
Darker.
Okay, let's put it up here.
Here.
There you go. And make sure these stay in order. Okay, help yourself.
Thank you so much.
So let's focus on texture first, okay?
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
How would you assess the thickness?
It's quite thick,
I would agree. Quite thick.
but it's really light in finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it starts with a nice kind of
Yeah.
syrupy start, but then very quickly
Yeah,
it falls off a
very,
cliff.
very quick,
It's like,
yeah.
suddenly you've got a dry mouth. Okay, what about taste?
I find seaweed like a really like marine air, like a salty kind of marine air. But vegetal is definitely there, like courgette. But it's not creamy at all.
It kind of reminds me when vegetables like courgettes have a slight bitter, you know, when it's cooked and I don't know why, but maybe it wasn't a great courgette and it's got that
Yeah.
little
Bitterness,
bit of bitterness. I get that bitterness through the nose. If you breathe out through your nose, I'm getting some flowers. I'm getting a little bit of jasmine, some lilies,
Jasmine,
a little bit
yes.
of those sweeter floral notes. It's still a nice tea, but again, without jumping to conclusions, it doesn't have a very rounded personality.
No,
You know?
I mean, it's nice, but it's quite light and...
Okay, but this is first infusion,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Again, let's not jump to conclusions. Okay, let's load up these ones and see. See, I like the look of this in terms of its thickness and the fact that it's less cloudy. This one being cloudy, sometimes cloudiness is a good thing, especially in Japanese teas.
Yes, gyokuro.
Yeah, gyokuro, you want that real cloudy nature.
It's very cloudy.
Yeah, but you know, with pu'erhs, less so. Cheers, everyone. Hopefully you notice a difference, at least notice a difference, and then we can select which one we like the best.
It's very difficult.
What about the length and the finish?
Like minerality, I feel more like mineral flavor in the finish.
And what about taste? We'll brew up another brew. Just get this kettle going.
I don't know. It's quite green.
Green.
Yeah. Less creamy than before.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I want to try the second
Let's
infusion.
try the second infusion. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, it's so difficult.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
Pressure's on. I do notice a significant difference between them. Do you notice that they are different though?
They're different. Definitely, they're different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't have to pick our winner now, but they are definitely different. Why don't you show the camera the wet leaves actually? Be careful to keep them in that order.
Yes. So here you go.
So a nice look at them. Can you see a difference, Sayaka, in them, in the wet leaf?
I think I would say this one is lighter.
Which one? Hold it
This.
up. That one's lighter. Okay.
That one.
All right.
And this one is darker.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's brew them up again. If you put,
So,
choose
shall we
one.
do-
Yeah, let's do it the same order
Yeah.
so we're not confusing ourselves. Go.
This comes from. Oh, we have to finish it.
Yeah, finish
Yeah.
it. Go
Do-
for it. You go for it. You can have another taste. See what you think. Sometimes when you're doing these ABs, it's difficult because your mouth kind of gets accustomed, it starts to get accustomed to taste. So the first time you taste something, you have a very different experience once you've tasted it against another tea. Definitely less cloudy.
Yeah.
Because this was a cloudy tea before, right? So it's definitely cleared up. And now let's do this one. We're gonna give, I think, 2 more infusions and then we have to make a decision.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right.
And it's fine if you get it wrong. Or if I get it wrong. I'm making the assumption that I definitely know. I probably brewed that a bit lighter, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah. Should be alright.
Okay,
So, shall we do?
up to you. Go for it.
I'll go this.
Okay.
Would you like some?
Yeah, sure. I still haven't quite made up my mind. Cheers. Second infusion, it's going to be stronger, going to be richer. So this should be one that we should get a real feel for the tea. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't want to say too much. I'm going to leave it all up to you. So
Oh my
texture,
God.
taste, what are you noticing?
It was quite syrupy, but now it's quite gone. I feel like it's quite dry.
Yeah?
Why is it?
The leaves are expressing themselves. Quite dry. Are you noticing this kind of slightly nutty,
Yeah, like a roasty.
roasted nut?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
A roasted bean. Maybe not a nut, maybe
Yeah.
just bean taste, like beans that have been roasted, grains, things like that.
Grains, yes.
It reminds me a little bit of some Longjing green teas that have those roasted chestnut beaniness to them, but very dry,
Very dry.
in my opinion. Really is,
Wow.
and the dryness seems to stay.
Hey, yes,
You know,
definitely.
It's not like releasing itself. All right, let's see if this is even more dry, or if this one has changed. It certainly is giving me the sweats. Less dry, more dry?
I'd say less than this.
Okay, so this one you're saying is a little bit less astringent.
Yeah.
What about the taste, the feeling in the mouth afterwards? Because we agreed that this one left us a little bit, well, quite a lot,
Yeah.
just dry,
Yeah.
simply very dry. How is this one leaving your mouth?
It's still dry, but it's kind of like, I don't know, coating my tongue. Mm-hmm. But it's quite pleasant dryness.
For me, this one is doing that classic dry to juicy. I'm getting the mineral tingle with this. I'm feeling a sensation. It has a physical sensation to me, this one. This one was just straight up dry.
Very, very dry.
And didn't bring out any juicy sweetness.
No, it just made my mouth really dry.
Yeah, I think that that's fair. I'm trying not to put words in your mouth. So you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right. We'll do one more infusion and then we have to make a decision. Yeah?
Okay, yes.
And what we're going to assess on the third infusion is not just what we've done already, but also how is the flavor strength maintaining itself? Is it continuing or is it dropping off? The thing about Gushu PuErh is not just the taste, the texture, but also the length. Obviously, ideally, we would do about 6 or 7 infusions to assess this, but see if you notice that. Just I'm throwing that out there as another thing to think about.
I'm sorry, I'm really confused. So much pressure.
No, don't feel the pressure. Everyone out there is rooting for you, right? And anyway, it's okay. You're allowed to say that you prefer the Xiao Shu. It means that you can have more affordable tea.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
You know?
Good for me.
It's a win-win.
I don't know, but I didn't like the dryness of this tea.
Yeah.
It wasn't really pleasant.
No. I agree with you. I think the dryness of this tea is...
It's quite strong.
It's quite extreme.
Yeah.
And I have opinions about the taste, but I'm going to keep quiet until after this infusion. Because for me, there are quite significant differences in taste and also the feeling afterwards. I'll brew this a little bit harder just because we need to be fair. Okay, help yourself.
Okay, let me go for that one.
Okay, grab it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll serve you. Color of liquor is very similar.
Very
Again, a
similar.
little bit darker on this side, a little bit darker. Final infusion, and then we're going to make decisions. It has a nice jasmine through the nose. I'll give this tea that. Go on.
The flavor is gone.
Okay. So you're already noticing a drop-off
Yeah.
in the richness of flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, we could obviously extend the brewing time, but given equal brew times, does this one persist in terms of flavor more than the other one?
Yes. I quite like the taste of, I mean, it still has got like a roasty kind of nice, it's still green, but it's got roasty, nutty kind of flavor, and I quite like it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make my mouth really dry.
Okay. So key differences. Let's try and sum up the key differences between these teas, okay? So how would you describe the key differences? If you could sum it up in as few words as possible, what is the differences in the experience?
Dryness. This is
Drier,
very dry.
smoother.
Yeah.
Flavor?
Nuttier,
Nuttier,
greener.
greener, okay. What about the finish? How it makes your mouth feel afterwards, you know, in terms of what we were talking about before, the length.
Very quick. It just
Very short.
Yeah. And
Longer.
this one longer.
Okay. So, do you want to point to your Gushu? You're pointing to that one. I would point to that one as well. That one for me
Good to know that.
is, I would be very surprised if that's not the Gushu.
All right.
And the key differences for me are, first of all, super short.
Yeah.
Super short finish, super dry. This one was dry, but the dryness was a different kind of dryness.
Yes. it still gives, I don't know, it stays still.
It stays,
And
it coats.
Yeah, I don't know, it gives me like some kind of weird sensation in my mouth.
Exactly. It gives you that tingle. It gives you
Yeah.
that, the minerals, there are different minerals in
dancing
this.
in my mouth, yeah.
Exactly. It's like almost kind of like a battery, you know, when you put you know, that tingly sensation, and that leads to juiciness, and it leads to, it's just a more enjoyable physical
Yes,
experience
yes,
than this one here.
exactly, yeah.
Right, so we're saying this is the Gushu.
Yes.
All right, so flip this round and see
All right.
which letter that is. And maybe show the camera. So that is
A.
Okay, so show the camera so we're not lying. And yes, don't worry, you can drip.
Oh.
You can drip, it's all right. So that's A. So we're saying A is the Gushu,
Yeah.
right? Now,
Shall we
the
open
moment
the
of
envelope?
truth. And then we can either breathe a sigh of relief, or we can hang our heads in shame. Do you want to do the honors? You can, there's a bit of tape at the bottom
Yeah.
there. I will do this one, and we'll reveal them at the same time.
All right. This side?
Are you ready? Just to flip it up. 3, 2, 1. Yes!
Oh, yes! Yes!
So,
Yay!
B is the Xiaoshu. We'll open it up so you know for sure that we were right. And this, Celine's written down, is 18 cents a gram. And this one is 50 cents a gram. So 3 times the price, nearly 3 times the price, so a lot more. It would be even more, of course, if this was even older.
Right.
But at least on this very cursory, you know, it's a lot of pressure to put Sayaka under, give her 3 infusions, pick the old, but you did it.
I
right?
did it.
You did it. And
I'm
what
proud of
you
myself.
noticed was, yes, yes. What you noticed for me, now I can speak, is definitely smoother.
Yeah.
Definitely, in my opinion, same thickness when it enters the mouth, but you notice a major difference after you've swallowed. After you've swallowed, that becomes very thin and watery and dry. This one just persists in terms of its length, it persists in terms of its syrupiness, and it gives you this physical sensation. And in terms of taste, this one for me is so much rounder. This one felt sharp, just like the smell.
Yeah.
It was the same one. Right? That one was the light one that was buddy. Yeah. And it was that sharp taste that I
Young
find.
taste,
Yes, it's very young. It has a very young taste. This one felt smoother, richer, a little bit more honeyed in its kind of, and a bit more toffee notes and those kinds of things. Let's brew up one more infusion, and then we can drink with a little bit calmer.
All right. Shall we finish the?
Yeah, finish it.
Yeah. Would you
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I'll have the Xiaoshu. I'll do
Okay,
that
I'll
to
do
myself.
Gushu.
You can have the Gushu.
Yes,
and
thank
then we're
you.
going to move this aside for a bit. Definitely so much shorter. We'll do one more comparative tasting now we know the difference. And I also want to take a look at these buds because I was interested to see this. If you pull out, see if you can pull out a bud. Here we go, there's a nice one here. Could you show those to the camera, the difference in the bud size?
This is this side, isn't
That's,
it?
yeah, exactly.
All right.
So you've got, try and get a nice close-up of that. You've got the Xiao Shu, this is Xiao Shu and this is Gushu. And I just am pointing this out. This is not one of those rules that you need to stick to, but in general, younger tea trees will have bigger buds. Now, I know that seems counterintuitive. Okay, thank you. That seems counterintuitive because you think big tea trees must have big, thick buds. But actually, it's the size of the bud is more about how managed the garden is.
All right.
If they fertilize the soil a lot, you're going to get really thick buds. So with these young tea plantations, they're really working the soil much more.
They put more.
They put more fertilizer and it's just more managed.
Right.
Whereas with these Gushus, it's going to be managed, but it's a little bit more kind of left to nature. And the plant is growing slower. It doesn't need all of that nutrient because it's a well-established tea tree.
Right.
And there's a tendency, and please don't write to me going, I found Gushus with big fat buds. I know that that exists, but there's a tendency when you're making the comparison that managed tea plants, i.e. younger tea trees, will have slightly larger buds than the Gushu. All right, you can brew this up.
Gushu.
Yeah, we brew up both. I'll brew this one up here.
Sure.
And you can celebrate your, your inauguration into the Mayleaf channel with a victory.
Yes. 15 seconds? Did we do
Whenever you feel it's ready. It's just
slightly
totally instinct.
more? Okay, slightly more.
See, she likes it strong. I like it. We're going to have a good session. Oh, she likes it really strong. All you people out there that are going, pour it, pour it, pour it. Totally personal choice. I'm going to brew this one
ready,
as long as you brew that one. I like
color.
it. Yeah, that's now a nice rich color. I'm going to pour this one now. All right, so final one. Let's taste the Xiao Shu. Now we know it's a Xiao Shu first.
Okay.
And you can see how this has developed. So this is the 4th infusion, and I definitely did notice a drop-off in flavor. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yeah, very weak, right?
I mean, very
For 4th
weak.
infusion, you'd expect that to last a lot longer.
I don't know. No texture.
Dry, watery.
Very dry, watery, yeah.
Yeah, not particularly pleasant.
I don't call it tea anymore.
We will not show this video to the Nanro farmers. I don't call it tea anymore, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, say how you feel. Say how you feel, okay. And the Gushu.
Okay.
It actually is much easier when you hit the 4th infusion because it's so clear. It's like night and day.
Yeah.
The first infusions, they're kind of both giving their best, but it's night and day. Now you really notice that this has length. This still, you can infuse this loads of times.
Yeah, definitely.
It's smoother. It's just got more minerality. It's just a much more, it's the juiciness on the sides of my tongue when I drink this. I can feel it starting to stimulate the saliva production. Isn't it?
Yes, yes.
You really can feel
I get it, yes.
those minerals. So, education in Gushu. This is the first time you've done an AB of Gushu versus Xiaoshu.
Of course.
I highly recommend you guys to do this at home if you get the opportunity to get material from the same plantations, young and old tea trees. Definitely the Gushu, and in my opinion, it's so worth 3 times the price. Right?
Definitely.
Because, well, you don't even call that tea anymore, apparently.
I'm sorry.
But, you know, but definitely this is a vastly inferior tea to this one. And if you're going to spend the money.
But the first texture was quite impressive, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which goes to show that, you know, the location, the terroir, all of those things are going to produce some good infusions. It's going to have thickness, but you judge it. You know, don't jump too quickly. You judge it over the course of infusions. And we're doing it relatively quickly. But, you know, after the 2nd or 3rd, I think you can really notice the difference.
Very different.
Gushu all the way. And please check out that video of our China trip so you can learn more about Gushu tea. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for joining us. Please leave a comment. Say hello to Sayaka. That's it, tea heads. If you made it to the end of this video, then make sure you hit it with a like. Follow us on all of our socials so that you don't miss out on news and videos from Mayleaf HQ. If you're ever in London, then come visit us in Camden. Say hello to Sayaka. Taste our wares. If you have any questions, comments, or video ideas, then please fire them over. Other than that, this is Sayaka. I'm Don from Mayleaf. Thank you for being a part of the revelation of true tea. Stay away from those tea bags. Keep drinking the ancient stuff and spread the word because nobody deserves bad tea. Bye.
Bye.
Well done. You did it.
Oh, I did it.
You did it.